Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Anna. Hi, Jen. Hi, Mish. Hi, Megan. Hi, Cindy. Good morning, Nara. All right, you two get off of here and stop giving me those hearts. I don't know why this is not. Am I on here? Okay. Good morning, Becky. Hi, Nikki. Happy Friday, everybody. Um, I'm probably a crazy person for being live right now because I'm not having a good day, but um I still want to pull cards. I still want to get some ideas as far as like what is going on with this energy. So I'm here. Of course, Instagram would pause me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it is a rough one. I don't know what's going on with Instagram right now. It just says it's pausing and reconnecting. Fix yourself. If you're on Instagram, can you still see me? Am I still going? It's really weird because I can see it moving in the background, but it says it's paused, which is very strange. But if you're on Instagram and you can still see me, just like post a comment, let me know. It says no. Instagram is being naughty. Okay. Let me see if I can do it again. Let's see. End it, discard it, go live again. I'm not going to do a big title for this one. Let's see if we can do it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying IG again. At least you have 3 different options. It says it's going now, but we shall see. It's just kind of the energy right now. It's not the best. It is not the best. All right. So we're back. We'll see how it goes. I'm actually drinking water this morning. I have already had my coffee. Now, I mean, it could be any of us glitching things this morning. Hello, Sabra. Hi, Michelle. Hello, hello. Welcome back. All right. Good morning. We've got people coming back in. All right. So, like I was saying, not a good day over here for me. But we're gonna pull some cards, see what the fuck is going on with December because I don't know about you guys, but I have had it. I've had it with this year. Like enough. 2022 can just suck it and I'm ready to move on to something else like entirely. So that's where I'm at this morning. And if I start crying, which wouldn't be the first time that I do that on a live with you guys, so not shocking, but just know that that's probably going to happen because it is just one of those days. So before we get into all the things, just a couple housekeeping situations. Registration for the lifestyle membership is open for 5 days, so it's closing on the 5th. I'm doing that for a reason. So if you have already put in your application, you should have an email from me. And you're not in until you go ahead and register. You will not be charged when you register, but you need to go do that. You have an email from me. Thank you, Christine. And if you have not yet applied, you can find the application on my website, sarahmala.com/lifestyle. It's a 3-month membership where we meet weekly And you will also have all access to any channelings that I do during the month and 24/7 access to me through email. It's going to be really great. It's family, it's connection, it's holding yourself accountable, it's getting the support you need, it's telling your story. It's going to be really great. We're going to be kicking 2023 off together. I'm very excited to be back with my people and have that support group because Lord knows it is a shit show. Like, I am stunned at what a shit show this year is being. Like, for me personally, and I know a lot of you feel the same way. Like, it feels like just when things have gotten so ridiculous that they couldn't possibly get any more ridiculous, something slides in and is like, hold my beer, because guess what? And I am just done. Like, I don't know how to be more clear about that to the energies. Like, we're finished. You've brought me down to studs. Let's start building now because, like, wow. So that's where I'm at this morning. How are you? 1 through 10. I'm a 1. How are you feeling with your energy? Being like, "Bleh," or feeling pretty good today? How's December so far? Ooh, Christine's a 2. We've got Marion's an 8. I love that. I love that for you. We've got a 1. Okay. We've got a 4. All right. 2 to 3. Nikki's a 7 to 8. Not bad. We've got a 4 and a 5. A 5. You know who we're missing? We're missing Janelle. Janelle's not here. Oh, the flu's no good. 4 and feisty. All right. 6.5 isn't bad. 6 to 7 is like 6.5 too, I think. Um, yeah, so okay. Actually, let me make sure that I quickly turn my notifications off because there we go. You should be fine. Nara says the awareness is bringing me to my knees. That's exactly where I'm at. Like, I feel like I'm just being, you know? So, nowhere to go but up, though, when you're like down on the floor. So, there is that. Um, yeah. All right. What are our 3 things? If you're new here, the energy is usually a little peppier, but like I said, it is not my day. It's not going to be my day for a minute. But that's all right. Sometimes it be that way. But if it's your first time here, welcome. It's Coffee and Magic, and it's the beginning of December. It's a new month, and we're going to pull some cards to get some information. But I need to give you 3 things to choose from, and I'm trying to decide what 3 things I want to choose from. Um, mm, you know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't done crystals. Let's do crystals, okay? Um, and I'll actually do that thing where I show them to you, okay? Because we haven't done that in a while. So, all right, those are our 3. So, you ready? Your first choice is amethyst. If you're feeling amethyst this morning, that's your first choice. Your second is polychrome jasper. And I don't know if you can really see very well, but it has like a little bit of blue, a little bit of pink and brown. It's very pretty, like the desert. Polychrome jasper. So amethyst, polychrome jasper, or black tourmaline. So which crystal are you feeling today? Amethyst, polychrome jasper, or black tourmaline? Those are your 3. So drop your selection in the comments. I feel like I should eat this black tourmaline, you know? Um, and I will start shuffling. Arlene's like, all of them. Hi, Jacinda. So reminder, if you've already put in your applications for the membership, for the lifestyle membership, you should have an email in your box if you've been approved. And if so, there's steps you need to take to make sure you're in and you get your space. Registration is going to close on the 5th. I also sent out an email this morning to everybody. And we do not start until the 6th of January. But you're going to have a homework assignment that's going to be coming out after the 5th, obviously, after everybody's registered. All right, if you're just joining us, we're about to do the card pulls for December. You're choosing from Amethyst, this guy here, Polychrome Jasper, this one here, or this chunk of black tourmaline. And of course, you can have all three if you want. Just go by how you feel. All right. All right. I have shuffled and I have pulled for Amethyst. So if you're ready, let me know. Again, your choices are Amethyst, Polychrome Jasper, or Black Tourmaline. Those are your choices for this morning. You ready, TikTok? All right. So here's your story for Amethyst. You've got the burden card. You've got the communication card. And you've got this one. So this is your amethyst pull for this morning. So here's a story. Okay. For those of you who chose amethyst, or if this just resonates for you, there's something that you really need to communicate. And there's a reason you're not doing it. You know you need to express it. You know you need to say it. You know it might even be something that you just need to be about. You know what I mean? But there is something very heavy that is weighing on you, that is preventing you from either stepping into this more authentic form of yourself or literally saying something that needs to be said. And that is this burden right here. And the interesting thing about this is that it's all connected to you truly stepping into who you are now. And this expression that's being repressed right now is what's in the way of everything that you've been asking for and moving into coming through to you. Does that make sense? Like this is the thing. And like it feels like you know this. It feels like you have known it for a while, but you've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off because it's one of those things that like once you do it, there's no guarantee about what will happen on the other end of that, as far as are you going to lose something that you believe right now you can't lose? Like that would be a really big loss for you. And I phrase it that way. I phrase it by saying that you believe would be a big loss for you because at the end of the day, you don't know that. You just think that, right? You don't know what it would be like to actually express this thing to be in that space with it, you don't know what's going to happen. But it feels like you could lose a lot. And so it's scary. Makes a lot of sense. This has been coming up for you though, like over and over and over again. And because it's, just keeps reiterating itself in different ways, trying to get you to see, here it is again, trying to get you to see again. It is the block. This is the block. And the block is in the way of you like truly opening up to this next level of yourself. And when we get the swan card, we haven't gotten it in a while, but the swan card, remember, is not really about transformation. It's actually just about accepting who you actually are and allowing that expression to take the stage finally, because you've always been who you are. You've just been surrounded by an otherness that you've been trying to become. And that is, running yourself into a brick wall. It's masking, it's, contorting yourself into spaces you don't fit in. And the swan transformation is not, like I said, a transformation. It's a release of all of the masks and all of the yous that aren't really you. And in order to like really find that happiness you're seeking, in order to move into that next space, you've got to really fully lean in now. You can't just have a toe in. You can't just say like, "Oh yeah, I'm kind of doing this." You have to really be about it at this point. There's no energy division that's going to make it okay. So, that is your amethyst message. Happy Friday. I hope that resonated. The next one is going to be the polychrome jasper. If you're just joining us, we're doing card pulls, and you're choosing the two next ones are polychrome jasper or black tourmaline. So you can choose from these two if you're just joining us. Whichever one feels most resonant with you, just go ahead and choose that, and then that will help you to get your message. Hey, Janelle. Janelle, polychrome jasper or black tourmaline? All right. We're shuffling. Yeah. Arlene says, "Damn, right out of the gate." All right. All right. You're taking both. I just want to show you that I do shuffle. Good morning. All right. It's your polychrome jasper. Are you ready? Oh, God. Welcome back, Heather. All right. Arlene says, "What's up, Janelle? How's the chicks?" All right, let me know if you're ready. I've got polychrome jasper on deck. I'm sorry. Sorry I made you yawn. That was a good one, though. All right, here we go. This is polychrome jasper. We've got polychrome jasper, and then after that, we've got black tourmaline. So if you just joined, you can choose from either one of those stones. Okay. So if you chose polychrome jasper, your story is as follows. You've got the cow, which has been coming up a lot. Didn't this come up on Monday and last Friday as well? Right? So we've got the cow. We've got the butterfly. We've got the risk. What's your story? I'll tell you what your story is. So the scariest and most riskiest of business that you have in front of you is to allow yourself to receive, to allow yourself to be loved, to allow yourself to be supported, to allow yourself to give yourself the space to heal, to breathe, to do what you need to do, to process your emotions, to take up some fucking space. Like, this is probably the hardest thing that you've ever been tasked with, is um, this mission of allowing yourself to receive what you have been giving to others very freely for quite some time. Um, it's asking and it's receiving, and it feels wrong. Like, all parts of it feel wrong. And in fact, like, you've probably spent a decent amount of time expertly crafting like ways in your brain to not receive, to be like, no, 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 I'm not going to do this. And one of the reasons we don't like to receive, some of us, this is not everybody, but one of the reasons that you may be very hesitant to receive anything from anybody is because you're a little bit of a control freak and you don't trust that other people are going to be able to support you or give you what you need. And you'd rather just cut that out and not deal with the disappointment of having somebody not meet your expectation. So just don't have expectations at all. It's easier, it's better that way. You won't get hurt, you won't be disappointed, right? If you don't expect anything, if you don't receive anything, then you don't have to worry about it. I got this. I'll do it myself. I'll do it myself. Like, I don't need anybody. I'm strong. All of these things are very isolating. And they're interesting that we tell each other and ourselves that being strong means you don't need anybody. You know, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense mathematically or scientifically, but it's what we do. It's like, I'm going to carry my own bag. I don't need any of your help. I got this. Don't worry about it. And are you tired? Because I'm very tired. Do you also feel exhausted? You're exhausted because it's fucking exhausted. It's exhausting. Like, come on. So here you are, and it's time to ask for help. And it's not even just time to ask for help, it's time to give yourself a break, is actually more of what it feels like. It's like, because it's not even so much about saying like, I need you to do this for me. It's more like saying, I can't do this for you right now. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not even like you need someone to do something for you or to delegate. It's like you just need people not to expect you to be doing for them right now. You need to put a boundary down and say, I'm not I can't do this. Like, I need to think about me. I need to take care about me. And the reason that this is coming up is, again, you're very tired. We are in rapid ascension mode. And I think we talked about this the other day, which would be Monday. But what does that mean? What does it mean to be in ascension? We're breaking down those terms to have them be much more accessible and much less like spiritual woo woo hierarchy. Ascension simply means the earth itself is speeding up in vibration and will be vibrating at a higher set point moving forward, and already is. That means all creatures, all vibratory beings, which is everything on this earth, has to reach a higher set point of vibration. That is ascension. In that ascension, does higher understanding occur? Sometimes, but not always. Not everybody is going to vibrate at a higher frequency and suddenly not be an asshole. This is the work you're doing. You can choose to use this energy to make yourself understand things differently, to heal your traumas, or you cannot. Like, that's your choice. But it's not just like, here you go, here's enlightenment. It doesn't work that way. But your body is exhausted from the physical exertion that is needed to literally be like taken apart and put back together and to vibrate at a higher frequency. It's going to take a minute for your body to catch up. So, yes, you are tired, and that makes you tired in all the ways. It's also exhausting to deal with people who are not committed to doing their own work now. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but it is so glaringly obvious now. If I'm around people who are not doing their work at all, have no self cognition, have no desire to do any of it, to look at their past traumas, to heal, to apologize, to whatever it is, I can't be around it. It makes me exhausted and I have nothing to talk about. And if you're feeling that way too, it can be very lonely and risky feeling, right? Because it's like, fuck, like, is everybody in my life like now no longer able to be in my life? No, this isn't forever, but it is for a minute because you have to like find your new set point. And once you get there, everybody else is going to be a lot less triggery once you've settled into this new vibration. But you got to settle in there first. And in order to do that, you got to give yourself some space and time and healing. And that is what the cow is saying that you need to do. So that is your polychrome jasper. The last one is going to be black tourmaline. All right. All right. So last one is black tourmaline. Tell me when you're ready. I'm glad. Is it a little ASMR? Is what they call it? All right. So here's your black tourmaline for this Friday, December 2nd. Well, let's start with this one because we haven't had this one in a second. Look, it's the dragon. That's good. We want this. Please, God, bring some dragon energy into this mix. So here it is. There it is. Some power energy, some big clearing energy. We've got communication again because you know how it be. And then we have protection. And you can read this. You see how it says protection? Just in your mind, see that as boundaries. It says boundaries. That's what it says. Boundaries. Boundaries save lives. I'm going to give you a story about boundaries, just a quick one from my own life that will give you an example of what it looks like to start to have healthy boundaries in your relationships. Okay. So I'm going through a lot of crazy, relationship stuff. And it's complicated. And I'm in a relationship with somebody right now who is um, actively working with me to have a stronger relationship, to have better communication. Like we're constantly working on that. And I love that. I'm also like, um, still in exiting of my marriage. So it's like very complicated. Now, there are some things that my girlfriend will say to me that I find triggering. And in the past, especially because of my Cancer rising energy, when she would say these things, I would get triggered and then I would just not say anything, but I would resent. I'd hold resentment and just be like, ugh, I hate when you say that because it makes me feel this and da 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 da. But I wouldn't say anything because that's rude and that's not nice. We don't say things, right? But what that did is build up resentment and even like create a bit of an anxiety for me, thinking like, oh, she's going to say this and then I'm going to have this reaction, right? So, because like I said, we're all in this right now doing our healing work and we want to feel better. That's why we're doing it. We want to have a better time, like not be so fucking miserable, right? That's why we do the boundaries. So I said to her, hey, when you say this, it makes me feel anxious and it triggers me and I don't want to feel that way. So my boundary is, can you please not do this anymore? And she's like, yes, absolutely. It's easy for me not to say those things. I'm like, great. And we had this conversation and now we don't have to worry about it anymore. Like The stress is completely off the table. And I know that might seem like a very obvious and very easy thing, but I have to tell you, it isn't. It's taken me decades to get brave enough to set a boundary for something I need. Because in my mind, I've been programmed to say, okay, well, if this bothers me, it's a me problem. So I'm not going to impose my me problem on somebody else. But that doesn't also make sense if you want to have healthy relationships and you want to set the people up in your life for success. Do you see what I'm saying? I want to set my relationship up for success. So if something is making me passive aggressive, it's making me upset, it's triggering me, I want to be able to say, hey, let's do this differently so that our relationship doesn't disintegrate over time, right? And that is what boundaries do. They free you because you are communicating your needs and you're saying, hey, I'm going to create this space for myself to heal. And I'm telling you what it is. But then on the flip side, boundaries, who's in charge of enforcing that boundary? Especially when you're dealing with, like, we're running into the holidays right now, especially when you're dealing with people who aren't actively wanting to be in this with you, who aren't actively working at this with you. It's very different when you're talking about those two dynamics. How do you set boundaries with people who aren't going to sit down and talk with you and see you and meet you halfway and do that work with you? There is a way. And the way is this: you're the one who enforces your boundaries. So if you are rolling into the holidays and you know that one of your family members is going to say something to you, because they do every single year, and it is going to trigger you, what's your responsibility? Your responsibility is to set a boundary for yourself, decide if that feels good, and then what's your action? What's the action that you take when that boundary is crossed? Is it I walk away from the conversation? Is it I say, "Hi, please don't speak to me like that," or please don't speak to me about that subject matter, and then if it continues, you walk away? I don't know, but the responsibility in enforcing that said boundary, the action is on you, right? Because that's your space that you're protecting. So, black tourmaline, which is, I mean, it's kind of hysterical that this is the black tourmaline one, but the dragon, protection slash boundaries, and communication are all here to power you up, to create not just safe space for yourself, space to thrive, space to relax, space to let your shoulders down, space to feel safe, a home space. Boundaries are going to help you create home space. And I know for a lot of us right now, home is a concept that we are actively trying to understand, because for a lot of us, especially this year, what we thought was home has, drastically changed, and we have to start redefining what that means for us. What does home mean to you? And how do you create that in your life? That is your black tourmaline message. And if that really resonates for you, if talking about that resonates with you, I invite you to apply for the lifestyle membership. It's open until the 5th. We're going to be talking about this a lot, this concept of home and how to create home and how to actually just make sense of the fact that, like, what you thought was home is no longer home. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot. It's a lot to go through. But this is where we're at, and we are in the front lines of it. So it is a lot, but again, you're in charge of your boundaries. You are in charge of those. And once you really feel into that for yourself and, like, kind of get through the ego trip that also happens, that says, like, well, I shouldn't be responsible of this, right? Um, it's incredibly empowering. So there is that. Hi, Vivi. Mwah. So that is your black tourmaline for today. Um, I'm sending you guys a lot of love, especially for those of you for whom this weekend or this day is not the most delightful. I'll be back Monday at 8:30 a.m. with more Coffee and Magic. Again, applications are open until December 5th for the lifestyle membership. If you want to learn more, you just go to my website, sarahamala.com, and you'll be able to find it right there. If not, I'm so glad you joined me this morning. Make sure to follow and share where you can. That helps me so much in the social media spheres. And mwah, I love you. Mwah. Talk to you soon. Closing out here. Goodbye, my YouTube friends. And